Okay, everybody. Hello. We're going a little unconventional for not just this day, but for the next 12 or so days. We're going to be in different settings, a different setting for each day. It's going to be really exciting. You don't know where I'm going to be next. Am I going to be in a bathroom, sewer grate, some other unexplainable place, like my hotel room? Holy shit, that'd be crazy. So, this is day 720 of eating a sheet of paper a day. I'm your host, Green Case. Thank you very much for watching. Now, we're going to behave ourselves, make sure that we keep the political nonsense down to a minimum. Remember, no religion talk like last time. So, the goal here is not to fulfill a specific quota of paper. The goal is to simply drain this water bottle. Now, it doesn't help that it's not transparent and you can't see how much is in the water bottle at any given time, but it's full right now. Here, I just dripped all over my keyboard. This is super intelligent. There we go. It's not that much, but I guarantee you we should knock out like at least 3 napkins with this system. And we have virtually unlimited napkins. So if, say, I spill some water or drool on my keyboard, we can simply use one of the napkins. We have an unlimited supply. We're in a hotel lobby, and they give me free shit. Let's go. You're finally streaming when I'm awake. Congratulations, time zone fucking traveler. Let's see. I drink over a gallon of water a day. How much do you? So because I occasionally drink beer or Gatorade, which kind of saps me of my fluids, I'm going to guess that it's probably -3 glasses on average. But on my best day, like today, I've drunk at least 3/4 of a liter, which is not that much compared to you fucking monster. Over a gallon. Your urethra has to hurt after a little bit. So between you and me, I'd say go down to like maybe 3/4 of a gallon. Isn't that a liter and a half? I don't know how math works. So as long as we can nail that, then we're okay. I just don't want for you to have a bladder burst. Anyways, piece number 1. Any knowledge about the folk music scene / history that I should include in my research paper? That's a really weird thing because whenever I think about folk music, like I think sometimes about just those like faggots in the 1100s that were like had like the pan flutes and were jumping around and were supposedly magical nymphs or centaurs, but I know for a fact that they were just completely talking out their asses. They were trying to make themselves seem cool. I have horns, but they got chopped off when I upset Hades by having too big a penis or something. It's complete bullshit. I don't believe any of those tales, and they're supposedly told firsthand by actual. That's such bullshit. Let's see. Any tips after a breakup? End it all, Caden. Jesus Christ. You're making me make some assumptions, okay? I hope things are going well with you, by the way. After a breakup, I'd say just, I don't know, drown out your sorrows with any number of ideas. Was that my dad? Oh, shit. Wasn't even paying attention. He's taking his stuff up. He might have taken some of the shit that I don't want in my room on accident. We'll take care of that after the stream, all right? When the camera turns off and I turn into a totally more evil person, behind the scenes, I'll totally fucking let my dad have it. But yeah, okay, so you guys are asking so many questions. I'm going to do them one by one. So I do know that Neil Young exists. Now, I like his music. It's a part of my childhood. That's because my dad drilled that shit into my head as a kid. However, I don't like him as a person because he's really annoying. And he looks like, what does he look like? He looks like Filch from Harry Potter. He has like the sideburns, and he looks like he doesn't enjoy life ever at all. He looks like he's just constantly just tortured by how just unsightly his nipples are or some other inadequacy about him. He has so many insecurities that I wouldn't know about. And obviously, Filch is an imaginary character. Neil Young is a real annoying person who exists. So whatever. After a breakup, yeah. So it can be alcohol. It can be, I don't know, Mentos. It can be a series of grape-flavored Gatorade drinks. No matter what, as long as you find a consistent way to trigger your dopamine receptors, and it's not long-term harm because soon you will get over it. You just got to keep yourself occupied and get those dopamine receptors firing. Do your best to move forward and work on yourself. And working on yourself, that's exactly what I mean. So, you see, Danny and I are giving us kind of the same pep talk here. Neil Young reminds me of my dad. I know, I'm telling you, they have a matching hairline. I keep thinking that might be my dad's double life. Dad, do you seriously cosplay as a faggot when you're not inside the house? Avery and I are okay, don't you worry. Oh, thank you. I kissed my 2 pointer fingers. Thank you so much for reinstating my faith in modern American love relationships. Do I have a bumbo clat? Is that a type of like primitive weapon? What is that? Bombo clap. Give me a second. Thank you. I heard you the first time, Kix Elite. Who are you? Are you E-Man in disguise? Is this your 8th alt account that you're using? Okay. Bombo Clat. What is that? Yeah, it's not giving me any clear answers. It says Jamaican Creole. I think that's just the country where it comes from. The first picture that pops up is this. So I already know this is not a serious question, but you know I bite into every question that's served to me on the platinum platter that is my top chat. Oh, it's toilet paper. Yeah, of course I own toilet paper. And sometimes I eat it for my paper stream. Check out, especially in between days 500 and 600, that's when I ate the most toilet paper. It tasted terrible, by the way. It's not designed to absorb moisture faithfully, so sometimes it breaks apart and turns into paper pulp inside your mouth, and it will kind of clog up your esophagus if you aren't careful enough. So I'd say don't do that. Don't do what I did in between days 500 and 600 at least 25 times. Do not do it. Thank you. You need another condom review. When I find a condom that's worthy of reviewing, we will get to it. You're going to have to give some recommendations and mail me a free one to my house. Excuse me. Okay. Am I on a trip? Yeah. We're going down to Texas. Important business trip. Shall not be disclosed. We're going to say there was a briefing. Unfortunately, no one's been killed yet, but there has been, and remember, this is between me and you, so shh. There are currently some hitters, and by hitters, you know what I mean. I'm talking about baseball, and they're aiming their sights at a particular FBI informant. Now, right now, this FBI informant has been, put under lock and key. But last year we had a whole situation where all he had to do was sit on the toilet, and apparently one of those fuckers was hiding in the toilet, anally probed him, gave him AIDS, and he died. So what we need to do is we need to take drastic measures. We clogged up the toilet. We gave him a large bucket to shit in, and you best believe he got lots of bumbo clots. And I believe on top of that, they sent me over there just to investigate because apparently the guy who was kind of controlling everybody on the phone, we call him the finger because, finger puppeting and the finger controls it all. I'm here to ameliorate the finger. So, and they always like to use euphemisms. The American government's so funny. So they called me the glove, because we're going to contain the finger. They're so funny like that. Anyways, don't say that to anybody or else I'm going to have to delete, ban your account, blah, 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 pay you guys off, whatever. How's Popo? Oh boy, it's getting worse. Also, my mother is having some issues about it. I'd say I'm not very happy about it either because Popo was kind of like a second mom to me, but it's really strange because the more I kind of look, and this is a very good question, by the way. Thank you for actually asking an interesting question. Not the Trojan bearskin prices. Yeah. I'm not gonna redo that whole bearskin gimmick. I don't think that that's ever been a truthful advertising campaign that any of the condom companies did. Did she punch her ticket yet? No, I would actually say it because I actually had a couple texts she sent me that were really cool that I have not put out until she dies. However, I could read one of them out right here because I found one of them really funny in a kind of, I'm not sure if it's entirely accurate, but it's like maybe 70% accurate. She's kind of like copying and pasting stuff, but this one she made specifically for me, and I actually really appreciate the fact that what is it? This is this one was a copy and paste one, but oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, this is one of her last messages she sent to me when she could still move her finger. By the way, excuse my burp. She's lost all motor function in every part of her body, apparently, except her right eyelid and her mouth. So she can kind of make a grunt or two. Her lips, they're dead. She's almost like 98% zombified. So she says, I'm proud of you with your jazz band. She was alive in the 40s. How is she messing this up? Well, it's because her fingers don't work. So, sorry, that was a trick question. You weren't supposed to answer that. Jazz band, you're kind, caring, responsible. Thank you. When you were young, you played tricks to your friends. Then you didn't have any friends. So you actually, let me just show this to you. When you were young, you played tricks to your friends. Then you didn't have any friends, so you learned to be the best person. But be careful too. There are good people and bad people. I know you will. Okay, I love you so much. Sorry to say all that. You don't need to apologize. For Christ's sake, Popo. Best future to you. I was very professional. Thank you, Popo. Smiley face emoticon. Um, and I sent her a bunch of gig clips because she still likes the jazz thing. So I just played. I played a couple gigs recently. Actually, I played 3 public gigs, and so I always wanted to send the clips because apparently she's following my mother's YouTube channel with all these really embarrassing unedited clips of us playing all these random fucking songs. So she's keeping up to date with that, and that's great that she's supporting her daughter, and great that by extension she's supporting her grandson. Like my mom's YouTube channel has like none of her on it; it's only just me, which makes me feel so bad. Do you perhaps who are you? Do you perhaps have a skibbity? Okay, yeah. Is this fucking Wyatt? Wyatt, I thought that you'd become smarter when you got older. What is this? Baby Gronk. I need my meds again. Your meds. I already took them away from you for a reason, okay? Every single time I'd give you your meds, you'd spaz out, man. And I hate to use an offensive, out-of-date term like that, but, like, those side effects, and listen, it's not really the drugs that determine the side effects of a medication. It's really the person. You're extra prone to flip out when you're dealing with just having shit shoved into you via syringe up the ass or by pill through the mouth, man. We can't be doing that. Okay, let's keep going. Is this a person? Oh yeah, Danny, it is. It's my grandmother. Popo is Chinese for grandmother. I looked it up on Google the other day. That's why I call her that. And what's this? He posted the same message again. Oh yeah, he posted the same message again. Is this copy and paste, or is this like him actually taking the effort to type it out again? No, it's just copy and paste. It's so low effort. You know, if you like misspelled a word in the second one, I would actually have more respect for you because you're actually putting the extra effort in. But this is just low effort, lowest hanging fruit, and you know it too. Kicks Elite. Who the fuck are you? If it's you, Wyatt, oh man, I'm disowning you immediately. I'm sorry. Oh no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm not the one who's really suffering. It's my mom because my mom isn't dying. My mom's very alive. In fact, I think she's more alive now than ever, and that can sometimes be bad because she's been flipping out recently. Now, granted, I love Popo a lot. However, I recognize that this is not my struggle, all right? This is my mother's struggle. And it's her battle to fight. And listen, being an empath is super cool, but also in situations like this, it's super overrated. You got to know your place and know when to separate yourself from someone else's trauma. So, I want for mom to fight that battle. I will support her all the way, and I will recognize that, yes, this is a loss for all of us. But I don't know. I think that people who will over dramatize a situation and kind of just step in and I don't know, shove their giant fucking nose into any sort of drama related, like barely related to them, and think that it's all about them. I want to avoid that inevitable protagonist syndrome as much as possible. Oh shit, he did? Oh my god, he added a question mark. I didn't even see that. Well, I mean, he just made his sentence slightly more grammatically correct. And here, check this out. You see, I just clicked a key. That took minimum effort. So, Kicks Elite, I dare you to type one more low effort piece of shit inside my chat. I fucking dare you. I'm busy right now eating paper. There's more important things at hand. Okay. By the way, thanks all you guys for actually coming here. Oh, I forgot to put my score of the day. What are we doing today? The day was like I got 2 hours of sleep because we had to wake up at 4 in the morning to leave. So whatever. Favorite movie genre? This is I'm gonna give this answer, and it might be disappointing, but I swear to you, this is the only appropriate way for me to answer this question. Movies are like jelly beans, and I like no one jelly bean more than the others, except for licorice and coconut because those two suck. It's about the variety of jelly beans that matter. So what's really important to me is for everybody here to recognize that it's all an interconnected spider web. So if without one genre, the other genres could not have as much value. If you remove more variety, you deflate the value of the rest of them. So I don't know. I'd say that if I were to really pick a favorite, fuck, I can't though, because my favorite movies kind of blend all the genres together. That's such a silly question, Johnny. I'm so sorry. This was an L, but I can tell you my favorite movies. You know, I actually have them on my top four on Letterboxd right now. I love the fuck out of horror films. Yeah, it's just that most of them are just generally like cheap dollar store type movies, but when they're good, they're good. It's just I think that it's kind of a lost art, and especially because Blumhouse is saturating the market. I mean, that's what horror movies are all about. It's all about just oversaturating the market. So you just end up with like 20 horror films that get released one year about these gimmicky things. And the unfortunate thing is that they're actually interesting ideas sometimes. I feel like you could make a decent movie out of it, but they're made by these fucking idiots. These like bootleg movie makers. They're like using iMovie to make it. They like the trailers suck. Nobody watches it. Like, did you watch? What was it? Is it about like a murderous swimming pool and there's like a ghost hiding inside a swimming? It's such a lame movie. Night Swim. That's the movie. It's this fucking movie, and it's and the thing is that you could make a scary movie about anything. You've had some like really retarded movie ideas for horror movies, and they end up working because you have talented filmmakers. The concept is not the thing in question. It's about who is in charge of the execution. Execution is everything. I'm not watching that. Saw the trailer. Yes, you understand that. Like, I feel like who is it? Like people are saying, and there are these weird movies where people are saying it's kind of horror movies coming back. There was The Visit by M. Night Shyamalan or whatever his name was, the guy who made like one good movie, maybe one and a half good movies. Because I thought Unbreakable was acceptable until like halfway through, and then he made like The Visit, and everybody said it was such a great movie. But if you actually watch, I think it's just because he wasn't making The Last Airbender anymore, or like any more extremely like 2 out of 10 star level corny remake stuff. He managed to make a movie that was like 2% more serviceable than the average of what he was been making for the last like 10 years. That doesn't mean it's good, guys. And then like what, the Bye Bye Man came out, and then like the Smile, that movie. They're all AI generated movies. I'm telling you, none of them are good. I think Ari Aster is like the only director making acceptable horror movies, and he's already deviating away from that genre. Like Beau is Afraid is not. I would consider that more of a thriller slash drama. And like if you really think about it, it's been widely said that Hereditary, even Hereditary, is better as a drama than a horror movie. Well, then what makes a movie? It's like whatever. That's why I don't like a question like that. And fixed. I promise I'm gonna get a haircut soon because I cut my own hair by basically just doing this. No actual separation of the layers. I was very indiscriminate about it. But sometimes you have to discriminate when cutting off the tips. Horror is the worst genre by far. Shining's great. Hey, I saw that you gave that 5 stars on Letterboxd with no explanation. I like how you will like go out of your way to trash Wizard of Oz and like type it like out an entire Stephen King novel, but when it comes for you to actually review the best Stephen King movie, you type nothing. God damn you, Caden. I want to hear more positive reinforcement on your account. Blair Witch Project. Oh, Blair Witch Project is one that I actually need to watch. That's one that I'm really ashamed I haven't watched yet. My plan is to entrap my mother and make her think that we're watching Poor Things again. She thinks we're watching the horny movie, but we're watching the horror movie. I'm super proud of that. But no, she wants to rewatch Poor Things. We never got around to it. We finally rented it, but we didn't get the time because we had to go on the trip. So if I turn on Blair Witch Project and then she is just glued to the chair because of how scared she is before she realizes what's going on and can like bolt out of the room, I think we can have a very solid plan. The Witch was good too. Okay, no, the thing is that the Witch, that movie I have a problem with because I feel like it has an acceptable premise, but the way the story progresses is so anticlimactic. It really reminds me of like because I actually like The Lighthouse much better because you could say that the destination of the lighthouse is kind of anticlimactic and it has no explanation, or it's more about subtext than actual text. I understand that, but the actual journey of getting there are like the characters are really interesting. The actual interactions are really interesting. For the most part, the witch or the Vivitch was me waiting for things to happen, and then hold on, and then it just not happening, and that's what's so. And then when stuff actually started happening, it was like 5 minutes and then done. Like the entire family died in like 5 minutes, and I had blinked and it was all over. And I'm like, okay, all that build up for like a teeny tiny little diarrhea squirt. Like I wanted an entire diarrhea bat pouring out of the ass of this movie, but this ass delivered nothing. Okay. Surfs Up was that's a classic right there. I remember being trapped in what is it, during lunchtime when on a rainy day when we couldn't go to recess. We were so upset that the jungle gyms were broken, or not broken, they were just wet because it was raining. They were afraid that we'd slip on the water and I don't know, get a wood chip stuck in our eye socket. So they would just put on a movie like Surfs Up. There was one time where they put on Planet Earth, the David Attenborough thing, one of the greatest TV shows ever. But unfortunately, for some reason, the school never manually reviewed the show, and they showed the episode where I think the penguin gets completely mauled and torn into 10 pieces by a sea lion. And the thing I love about the original Planet Earth show is it showed everything in graphic detail. So it didn't hold back. So if a sympathetic animal character that they were building up got caught and torn into 5 pieces, it showed everything. It didn't hold back. It really made you feel like you're getting a truly unfiltered look, which unfortunately in Planet Earth 2, they fucking ruined it because for some reason every prey escaped. And after like 5 episodes of that, I'm like, okay, not that I want to see an animal die, even though part of me kind of wants to, but that's not my crux. My crux is that if we're only seeing like a Disney movie climax outcome for these, like every prey animal thing escapes the predator in this show, then it really feels like they're cutting parts of the footage or just not including it if it's too upsetting. Like I guarantee you, they got letters written to them by concerned parents, like the ones who fucked up at my elementary school, because they had to shut it off right after they showed to an entire like thing of animal loving, completely soft brained 6th graders, just the sea lion being ripped to shreds, blood everywhere. It's just like it's a really well shot scene, by the way, very artfully done. You can like see its skeleton for a couple seconds. It was just too much for some of these fucking beta males, so they had to, of course, turn it off and put on Dora's the Explorer's Fantastic Gymnastics Adventure 7. There's a whole behind the scenes video. Did you watch? Okay, so I don't know if you watch YMS, but YMS is legitimately one of my favorite movie reviewers ever. This is what I'm talking about, by the way. This is like way too long, and this shit's way too short. Okay, that's the same length, but like there's stuff under here that's like way too short. It's so bad. This is like not supposed to stick out this much. It looks so fucking awful. We're gonna get it all cut soon. But yeah, he had a really excellent review of the Lion King remake, which was a masterpiece in its own special way, Caden, and I know you'll agree with me. The new Lion King remake, where it's all like live action, but it's not because it's just a bunch of fucking CGI, AI generated tech demo looking animals. It's all just like what is it? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the handheld feel that you're talking about here, Caden, because they like Jon Favreau like replaced an actual storyline with all of these marketing gimmicks or actual artistic liberty with all these marketing gimmicks about how we're creating this handheld feel because we got people with VR headsets to roam around. We just got like some fat guy to stumble around with a VR headset and just look at the CGI landscapes, and that's just the camera movement you see in the movie. But Surf's Up did that like 15 years before. So like how like and Surf's Up also didn't use that as a big marketing gimmick either. So like why in the world is Jon Favreau pretending like this is a monumental Steve Jobs level technological advancement when they're really just rehashing what Surf's Up did better with no story, no substance, and a bunch of just completely ridiculous AI generated rehashy pedestrian bullshit. All right. It's like maybe a couple drops left in there. I think that's going to do it for me tonight. Thank you very much for watching Eating a Sheet of Paper a Day, day 720. I appreciate your input. One thing is we're going to make sure people understand how bad these remakes are, and everybody knows it, but nobody's doing anything about it. So what I want you to do is to go to your local hardware store, get a pair of pliers, sneak into the nearest, you can use the yellow pages, by the way. You can find where the CEOs and all the important people in suits sleep, all right? Get some pliers, tie them up, put, I don't know, something important to them. I don't know, their favorite Lion King DVD or their penis or their pinky finger, any sort of thing they consider important. Use your tools, all right? Threaten them. Physically mangle them, or at least insinuate that you will. Because sometimes When they won't change, we must change them. It's not a very, like, I'll work on that catchphrase, but you get the idea, and we're going to make sure that change.org gets to the next level, all right? Because I'm tired of making online petitions. Also, if any law enforcement sees this, just know I personally do not know where any people live because I don't use the Yellow Pages. I prefer to read the New York Times crossword puzzle instead for my reading material. So if you want to indict anybody, indict Caden. So just know that I'm not responsible for anything. What begins with J and rhymes with bloke. Let's see. Thesis. Oh shit. Yeah, you're right. Thesis. All right, sweet. That's a two-part thesis. And by the way, part one makes no sense and will not mean anything to anybody without part two. So read both parts. Thank you very much, law enforcement, and also my regular viewers, Caden, Danny, Johnny Cook. It's Leo, and not you, Kix Elite, not you. We're skipping you. But thank you to all of you and JLJ. I forgot about you. You're all the way up here. For joining my paper eating live stream today. I appreciate everything about you, almost, and I will see you on the Hello Mom.
Can you find out what the Wi-Fi?
Oh, I mean, okay. So if you click, what's it even called again? I forgot what it's called. It's called Marriott Bonvoy, just like all the other ones, and it let me connect for free. Like it didn't even make me pay 90 cents or anything like that. So.
Okay, but you didn't have to enter a password, huh?
No, they don't even care. Some hobo with a phone could be right outside right now, and they would get free access.
Okay, do you know if the person's at the front desk? If not, can you ring the bell? Because you won't have a blanket unless you want me to get a blanket. Right. Can you get a blanket from the car?
Oh, yeah, I could do
one of our blankets.
Yeah, unfortunately, you still have not reconnected my phone to the car. I'll see. And also,
no, I know,
actually, my blanket, the blanket.
And just let me know so that I can open the car up.
The blanket inside the car is way better than whatever like itchy shit. It's gonna get.
Yeah, I know.
If
you need another blanket,
if you think your eczema's bad, just wait till you see what one of those blankets would do to me.
What's that?
All right. Anyways, I'll see you soon. Love you, Mom. Bye.
Okay. You know what? I need 2 blankets.
All right. So, okay. Well, I'll get mine, and then we'll get an inferior blanket for the other person.
Well, anyway, if you could just get a blanket from the